horse riders to be formally recognised as vulnerable road users. Currently, they come under the category of other road user, but equestrian advocates say this legislation is ineffective and puts lives at risk. Horse rider and advocate Julia McLean joins us now. Morena, Julia, thank you so much for being with us. Why is this important? Why is this reclassification of horse riders important?
Because like you referred to, it's lives on the back of an animal that are, to us, our best mates. And we're doing everything we can to, be safe on the roads, but we do need the help of road users. In this country, we are a forgotten group. You referred to as our categorisation in the Land Transport Rulebook. And when you read that rule book, there is no meaningful safety initiatives attached to that label. We are really out on our own. And as a country, when you look to what is being done elsewhere across the world for horse riders, there is real room for improvement. In the UK, horses are already a vulnerable road user. And in Australia, they're working quite quickly towards that status as well.
So if you were to be categorised as a vulnerable road user, that would mean what? Clearer road rules? What does that actually mean?
You know how cyclists and walkers, pedestrians are treated in this country? It would mean the same for horse riders. We are a vulnerable road user because the World Health Organization defines a vulnerable road user as a non-motorist. So it's clear. But in this country, it's left up to interpretation of what a vulnerable road user is because there is no definition in our Land Transport Rule Book of a vulnerable road user. So when something's left up to interpretation, then you have councils across the country that are picking and choosing, and you have central government as well, waka kotahi. And when it comes to road safety education, when did you ever see a road safety campaign for horse riders? How do you know as a road user what to do when you see a horse on the road? And waka kotahi said to me, but Julia, we don't see you on the road. That is because it is so dangerous that it's a very rare thing that you do. But guess what? Not everyone can float their horses around the place. We need to be able to get from A to B safely, just like a cyclist would want to, and just like a pedestrian walking their dog or whatnot.
Look, Julia, I know you've just said it's about getting from A to B safely, and I know you don't necessarily want to go into your own story, but have there been incidents why this is becoming a real safety issue for horse riders and horse users?
Incidents, yes, personally for me. And every day people are sharing their encounters. And 2 weeks ago just really made me it solidified why I'm doing this work. And it was a woman down south who was waving to a truck driver to please slow down. She had nowhere to go, and there was a section of road that she knew he needed to slow so she could get through. He failed to do that. The horse spooked. She fell off in front of the truck as it came to a stop. We just need to be more aware of the fact that, ignorance or choices made by others have an effect on others.
So this is about looking at the legislation, right, and putting horse users as vulnerable road users. But not only that, Julia, right? This is about, and you mentioned it earlier, it's about local governments as well. Local councils actually bringing you into the conversation when we're talking about road safety in the different areas.
Exactly. At local council level, that's where decisions are made about road safety, but they can only do what they're told. So when you're not included in the Road to Zero campaign strategy, then it doesn't trickle down, okay? And so then you've got nice councils around this country that morally do the right thing and include and consult. But then you have some real game changer councils who are extremely arrogant and not inclusive. So it's a two-way partnership, and we're saying we're tired of begging and pleading to be at the table. We need legislation to reflect our vulnerability, and let's face it, this group of people that I'm speaking on behalf of, majority of women and young children that take up the sport of equestrian. So, you know, it is a case of us advocating for ourselves and having some clear messaging. So really, at the end of the day, if you think cyclists, think horse riders. That we just want the same treatment as that group, please.
Well, go well with that, Julia, and we really appreciate you being with us this morning. Julia McLean, horse rider and also equestrian advocate as well. Thanks, Julia.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you for yours.
Mōrena whakatairanga